Let me bring in, but we only have a few minutes left. Let me bring in MSNBC's Chris Matthews. Chris, a lot to get to, but in a word or two, bad deal is what we heard from the Prime Minister repeatedly throughout this speech. Your first impressions, Chris?
Well, you know, he's very good. He was very good at charming the Democrats as well as the Republicans with the Old Testament references to the story of Esther, Queen Esther, of course, we all grew up with, and very powerfully bringing back the story of the Holocaust with Elie Wiesel there, the survivor and hero of keeping the history alive with regard to the Holocaust. He did all that right, except in the end, I don't think he ever explained his alternative. Right. He said no deal's better than a bad deal, but what is his deal? What does he want us to do except reject what the president's offering? And so far, the president is the only game in town in terms of at least delaying the nuclearization or the weaponization of Iran. There is no other game on the table here. And I did think there were too darn many smiles in that room tonight, today. Too many people seeing this as a political game. The camera would catch them. Why were they smiling? This is not a game. This is about a threat to Israel. It's about a threat to us. And what do we do about it? And as I said, the president has a plan. I don't know what Bibi Netanyahu's plan is. Of course, he's up for re-election. This will help him.
Yeah, and to your point, the alternative here was never laid out as in great detail the potential plan that Benjamin Netanyahu says is out there. In fact, he even referred to Google. He says the plan does not block the path to the bomb. It paves the way for this 36-year regime that he says will not change. But, Chris, he did discuss sanctions, but also noted under the sanctions in place now, there is more than enough money coming into that regime in Iran. So
and how long can we sustain them?
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
How long can we sustain these sanctions? And what country in the world, he didn't mention a single one that was willing to sustain tougher sanctions or to sustain these sanctions. He never mentioned the real world out there. By the way, never ever forget that he was the one. He talked about the countries in which Iran now has influence. Baghdad. The war he talked us into. The reason Baghdad is under the control of the Shia and under control of Iran is he pushed that. And he never mentioned that. So being a hawk all the time takes away some of your credibility, always being a hawk.
Chris,